What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today we're going to begin to take a look at the DCEU chronologically through timeline event order, which means we're going to begin with 2017's Wonder Woman, starring Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Robin Wright, Danny Huston, David Thewlis, and Connie Nielsen. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And like I said during the introduction, today we begin taking a look at the DCEU via chronological order of timeline of events, which means we begin with Wonder Woman, which, with the exception of the opening and the ending, takes place during World War I. And our movie opens in the present day in Paris as Diana Prince receives a photographic plate from Wayne Enterprises of herself and 4 men taken during World War I, which prompts her to recall her past. Now, as the daughter of Queen Hippolyta, Diana is raised on the hidden island of Themyscira, which is the home to the Amazons, female warriors created by the Olympian gods to protect mankind. Hippolyta explains their history to Diana, including how Ares became jealous of humanity and orchestrated its destruction. When the other gods attempted to stop him, Ares killed all but Zeus, who used the last of his power to wound Ares and force his retreat. Before dying, Zeus left the Amazons a weapon, the God Killer, to prepare them for Ares' return. Hippolyta reluctantly agrees to let her sister, General Antiope, train Diana as a warrior. Now, Diana's been kind of watching the Amazon training from afar and practicing it on her own, desiring to be a warrior, but her mom has resisted thus far, and she finally relents. Now, in 1918, Diana, now a young woman, rescues U.S. pilot Captain Steve Trevor when his plane crashes off the Themyscira coast. The island is soon invaded by German soldiers who have been pursuing Steve. The Amazons wipe out the German landing force at the expense of heavy losses, with Antiope sacrificing herself in order to save Diana. Steve is interrogated with the lasso of Hestia, better known in Wonder Woman lore as the lasso of truth, and reveals to them that a great war is consuming the outside world, as well as the fact that he is an allied spy. Steve has stolen a notebook from the Germans' chief chemist, Dr. Isabel Marrow, who is attempting to engineer a deadlier form of mustard gas under the orders of General Erich Ludendorff. Believing Ares to be responsible for the war, Diana arms herself with the God-Killer sword, the lasso, and armor before leaving Themyscira with Steve to locate and stop Ares for good. In London, they deliver Marrow's notebook to the Supreme War Council, where Sir Patrick Morgan is trying to negotiate an armistice with Germany. Diana translates Marrow's notes, revealing that the Germans plan to release the deadly gas at the Western Front. Although forbidden by his commander to act, Steve, with secret funding from Morgan, recruits Moroccan spy Samir, Scottish marksman Charlie, and Native American smuggler Chief Nappy to help prevent the gas from being released. The team reaches the front in Belgium, and Diana goes alone through no man's land and captures the enemy's trench, liberating the nearby village of Veld with the aid of the Allied forces. The team briefly celebrates taking a photograph in the village where Steve and Diana begin to fall in love. The team learns that a gala will be held at the nearby German High Command, where Steve and Diana separately infiltrate the party. Steve intends to locate the gas and destroy it, and Diana hopes to kill Ludendorff, believing that he is Ares. Steve stops her in order to avoid jeopardizing his mission, but this allows Ludendorff to unleash the gas onto Veld, killing its inhabitants. Blaming Steve for intervening, Diana pursues Ludendorff to a base where the gas is being loaded into bomber aircraft bound for London. Diana fights and kills him, but is confused and disillusioned when his death does not stop the war. Sir Patrick appears and reveals himself as Ares. He tells Diana that although he has subtly given humans ideas and inspirations, it is ultimately their decision to resort to violence, as they are inherently corrupt. When Diana attempts to kill Ares with the God Killer's sword, he destroys it, telling her that as the daughter of Zeus and Hippolyta, she herself is the God Killer. He fails to persuade Diana to help him destroy mankind in order to restore the paradise on Earth. And as the two do battle, Steve's team destroys Mero's laboratory. Steve hijacks and pilots the bomber carrying the poison to a safe altitude and detonates it, blowing up the plane and himself. Ares attempts to direct Diana's rage and grief at Steve's death by convincing her to kill Mero. But the memories of her experiences with Steve cause her to realize that humans have good within them. She spares Mero and redirects Ares' lightning into him, killing him for good. Later, the team celebrates the end of the war, and our movie ends back in the present day as Diana sends Bruce Wayne an email thanking him for the photographic plate of her and Steve, and she continues to fight on the world's behalf as Wonder Woman. You know, a lot of the movies in the DCEU have gotten crap over the years from people. This is the one film that is universally loved. And it's not hard to see why. It is so well told. The action is great. The cinematography, the story is awesome. Gal Gadot is virtually flawless as Wonder Woman. For everything that Linda Carter was in the 70s, Gal Gadot was that and more, while toning down the sexuality, but still exuding that charm and that warrior demeanor and that sex appeal that comes with being Wonder Woman, if that makes any sense to you. She still exuded the sexiness that you would expect from Wonder Woman without it being over-the-top cartoony like it was portrayed in the 70s. I hope that Gal Gadot continues to make Wonder Woman films because she is so perfect in this role. I just adore her. And that No Man's Land scene that I mentioned during the synopsis, I don't have the article in front of me. I can't tell you where I originally read it, but I remember reading when the movie first came out that scene was a reshoot, and Gal Gadot was 6 months pregnant when she did that scene. Just adding more mystique, more of an aura to her already amazing performance of Wonder Woman, to know and have read that a 6-month pregnant woman did that scene, just amazing. Just amazing. When it comes to my rating for Wonder Woman, I just adore this film. It gets 5 out of 5 for me. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The cast, like I said, the story, the pacing. Oh my God, after having talked about multiple times over the last few days how I felt that there was so much filler in a movie, there was none of that here. Everything was placed and timed and flowed beautifully. There was never a feeling like there was stuff that we could have gotten rid of, because anything that could have been gotten rid of would have seriously altered the story. And you can't have that at the cost of editing down a film. You still got to have a coherent story. And Wonder Woman's was perfect. 5 out of 5 stars for me. What do you guys think out there? Let me know if you're watching the premiere. Leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Whatever you do, when you get out there on social media, let's try to get those hashtags trending. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios, hashtag Renegades Reviews, hashtag Renegade Returns, and of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade JJ Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag Statboy Approved shirt. Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, when we move up the timeline from World War I all the way to 1984, and the sequel to Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman 1984, starring Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, Pedro Pascal, Robin Wright, Connie Nielsen, and a very special appearance by Linda Carter. You're not going to want to miss out tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, right back here on an all-new Renegades Reviews, when we take a look at Wonder Woman 84. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there tuning in for the premiere, leaving your thoughts and comments over here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Likewise, all my loyal fans and viewers out there tuning in a little bit later in the day, watching on demand, leaving your thoughts and comments right down here. Thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all my loyal fans and viewers out there that tune in on a regular basis. Show me that love, show me that support, trying to help me get my views up so I can eventually become monetized. Thank you very much for tuning in today and joining me, and I will see you guys next time.